Welcome back. Here with Power Lunch. Now, the entire auto industry is expecting some incredible numbers in terms of sales to come through. But is this something that will also impact the suppliers to the auto industry as well? Well, to help answer this question, we have with us the tire manufacturer C8. With us, Arnab Banerjee, the Vice President of Sales and Marketing. Joining us, Arnab, let me ask you this question that I used in my intro. Sales are supposed to be quite good for the entire auto industry. What about your numbers?
Yeah, sales are pretty good in quarter 4 as well as in quarter 3 we grew quite a lot. So demand side I don't see much of a problem and we are expecting to grow healthily in quarter 4 as well.
All right, let's talk about margins if that's the case. Your input prices have been rising, rubber prices have been going up for the last couple of months. How is that impacting your margins?
Yeah, the margins are adversely impacted. Rubber prices are going up and it shows no signs of abating. Other input costs are also going up along with rubber. So there is pressure on our margins. The margins in Q3 was lower than our margins in Q1 and the margins in Q4 are also expected to be subdued.
Why aren't you hiking prices then? Are you not being able to pass on these price hikes to your customers? Because a lot of others have. I believe you haven't yet.
Yeah, you are correct. We are yet to pass on completely the price hike which resulted due to hike in excise duty. We expect to correct the pricing as of 1st April. We are taking a nominal price hike of about 2 to 3% on 1st April, but that's not capturing the full impact of the rise in input prices and hence there will be a downward pressure on our margins.
Alright, so 2% in April. You would anticipate, I'm guessing, another price hike later down in the quarter perhaps, given that rubber prices globally are not really expected to soften. So in that sense, the input cost pressures are not going to go away.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. In the quarter 1 of next fiscal, post this 2% price hike on 1st April, we may have to look at further price increases through April or maybe in early May.
Arnab, let's not talk about target markets, the domestic market. Well, there's quite a bit of competition here domestically. Are you looking at expanding into other markets as well?
Yeah, the domestic market, as you said, is competitive, but the pie is also increasing at a fairly comfortable pace. We are competing well and we are increasing our market shares regularly in the quarter after quarter in domestic market. Coming to export, we have a strong brand presence in export because of the C8 brand, which is stronger than any other brand from either China or India, and we get a price premium in our export market. There was a slump in the export market for a temporary period, especially in Europe last year, but the markets are recovering. We have a good order book at present and our price recoveries are pretty healthy.
Now, Arnab, the follow-up question to that obviously is that since the export business is primarily concentrated around specialty tires, is there any scope of you also exporting more generic type of a product to these new markets?
If you're talking about truck and light truck tires, which is sold by all Indian, Chinese and all other manufacturers in the export market, we compete regularly in these markets as well, apart from specialty tires, and our price realization in light truck as well as in truck categories are also pretty healthy, and we get a premium over both Chinese and other Indian manufacturers because of our strong brand presence.
Just coming back to the first question, in some ways, I mean, margin pressures, I guess, will pan out as global prices shift. But volumes, just give us a sense of what you would end the year and what kind of volume increases you think you could budget in for next year, keeping in mind the strength that you're seeing in the auto sector in any case. I'm talking about next fiscal, of course.
We will be ending this year with a double-digit growth over last year. We expect to accelerate the growth in the coming year, A, because the domestic market is booming, B, because we expect the recovery in export markets to continue, and C, because there will be a quantum jump in our capacities. Our new project at Baroda will start producing commercial production somewhere during the next fiscal. So we expect to accelerate the top line growth in the next fiscal over this year.
All right, so accelerating top-line growth, the problem is margins in the rubber business. Thanks so much, sir, for joining us and giving us that view. In fact, that's all the time we have on Power Lunch. Thanks so much for being with us. We've got a lot more on the channel.
That's right, a lot more lined up for you. I'll be back in just a couple of minutes to take you through all the top news developments that we're tracking for you right now here on NDTV Profit. Stay with us.